Think of Jay-Z, a black kid in Harlem, and he goes from being somebody that the world would obviously count out. Black, broke, poor. Fuck you, you're gonna wash my dishes for the rest of my life. You're gonna shine my fucking shoes. You're gonna sell this, and then you're gonna go to jail for 50, 100 years, and then you're gonna sew my fucking clothing. That was supposed to be his reality according to the society and the systemic disadvantages that were against him. But instead, he rose up. He manifested. Now, he ain't do it in all the best ways, you feel me? You could look at other people, to be honest. It's not about the person. It's the reality that you can change your life. People have done it before. Those people are no better than you. They've just tapped into a certain version of themselves or a certain mindset where they believe that they are capable of creating these things. A lot of people are not able to create the success that they want and manifest the reality that they want because their nervous system is shot. They're working at a job they hate. They don't really see a way out. You know, they feel kind of tethered to these systems, bills, all this stuff that's real stuff, very systemic stuff. But what we really got to see that we've been lied to as a society. They've told us money is this thing that we should chase until we're dead, and they've made the system almost impossible to be able to survive without it. But the thing is that energy is way more important, and everything is energy. Money is energy. Abundance is energy. Getting people to like you so that they'll pay you is energy. And if you can tap out of the 3D reality that you feel like doesn't really resonate with your soul, then suddenly things have to change. Because you've changed. Once you start working on yourself, you start working on your mental, you stop listening to all of the people who told you that you couldn't do it. You stop taking advice from people who are too afraid to take risks. You stop telling everybody your business and keep your ideas to yourself so they can actually flourish without being shut down. Once you get so individual and so much self-love, then you finally have the tools and power to manifest your reality. Because you're finally in a mindset where you believe that you can create these things, and you can create these things. I know that a lot of times you fail over and over and over and over again. How does that one song go? It's That's Life by Frank Sinatra. That's life, that's life. Riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. It's 2:39 in the goddamn morning, by the way. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, each time I find myself flat on my face, I just pick myself back up and get back in the race. But girl, that's life. Yeah, a lot of it can be shitty. But the point is to find acceptance in the shittiness. Just cause it's shitty for a certain... I can't fucking speak. Just cause it's shitty for a certain moment don't mean it's gonna be shitty forever. Cause life is on a cycle and tides are always turning. You might think that you are 100% secure at that job, and that's why you hold on to it with your fingers and your nails scraping. No, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay here and fight for this misery. And budget cuts come in and you lose it anyway. So choose you. Start the business venture. Start believing in your talents, whatever inside you that you've always believed that you're capable of. And you know what's gonna happen from that? You're gonna win. You're gonna put so much in all the time, and it's gonna feel like you're hitting nothing. But remember, it's just a heartbeat. It's just time for everything that exists in the universe to catch up to it. Girl, you think you're the only manifester in here? No, you're not. Everyone is manifesting. That's what makes it kind of hard. But you can still tap into the frequency. You can still ride that wave. And let me tell you guys, this is how I know. I won the lottery. I was literally manifesting for an entire week that I was going to win the Powerball for like $1.8 billion. I was manifesting. I was seeing the reality. I was watching Waking Up in Vegas by Katy Perry, and it was putting me in the mindset of seeing these wins and taking a small amount of money, like what, $2, and turning it into a jackpot, right? And the beautiful thing about the Waking Up in Vegas music video is that it starts with them putting 25 cents in the slot machine in a laundromat. They're completely freaking broke. They're a couple. It's Katy Perry and her boyfriend, girl. It's hard for me to explain, but they got nothing. And then they get money from that, and they take that money and they multiply and they multiply and they multiply. I won the lottery. Now, I only won $4 because I got the 17 Powerball. But y'all, I intuitively marked in my head the numbers. I kept saying I was going to win the lottery. I was going to win the lottery. But then my self-doubt kicked in. And so the universe let me win the lottery, but it only let me win $4 because I was not aligned to the reality yet to get the $1 billion timeline. Somebody out there was more tapped in. Somebody was more affirmative in their belief, and that overpowered mine. But I didn't lose. I still won something. That tells me that I'm aligning to the reality where I am calling in that $1 billion timeline. And so what you need to know at home is that something like a miracle, like the lottery, could happen to you. You make a deal and you just made $500,000. Frick it. I'm thinking in my head, I don't know if this is channel message. Somebody's going through a lawsuit. If you're going through a lawsuit, you get a settlement, you get $100,000, $500,000. Tap into the reality. Vision yourself as the being that has it already, and then claim it and create it into your reality. And then don't just visualize. Honey, that's only half of it. You could think all day and you could be alignment for it, but the universe can't send the check if you're not actively putting in ways that the check can come in. And that's not one time. Sometimes that's however many times it takes. But it's about the insistent energy. Do what you can do every day. We're building towards a collective of all of your work, and it's going to pay off, and you're going to see the wealth and the abundance and the money and the manifestations come in. You're going to see the dream life. You're going to be in the spaces where you are finding the love of your life, a community that supports you, that gets you. You're going to be in a space where you walk in a grocery store, not a grocery store. Girl, why did I say grocery store? You walk into an expensive designer store where usually you walk in and they ignore you. But when you shift into this reality, when you shift into this mindset, they don't ignore you anymore. They come straight up to you. What I want you to know, it is not about what you have, it's about what you do what you have. I'm going to use Boosie's son for an example. His name is Tootie. I'm not saying that booty. I'm not saying he's rich like that. I don't know how much he has. Let me look up his net worth real quick, actually, girl. He's worth $10 million, so he's worth a good little amount of money. You know, a lot of that's going to go to legal fees because him and his son is motherfucking pew charges, girl. I don't know what they're doing. But Tootie, his dad is a little boozy. He got $10 million. That's a lot of money. Listen, with that kind of money, you're good. Your family could be good. This kid, his dad is worth $10 million. He can just make money based off of the fact that his dad is a famous rapper. He was given that lottery ticket. And you know what he did with it? He was going to Baton Rouge to sell DRUGS's. Now, mind you, he has trauma. I'm not going to minimize his trauma. Trauma has a very big impact on what we're able to do with success. But think about it like that. It's not about what he had, because his dad is worth $10 million, so he's good. College is paid for. Whatever business you want to set up is paid for. But he messed that up. So it's not about what you have. Now, on the other hand, there could be a really poor kid. Justin Bieber grew up with a single mother in Canada, and then he started posting videos on YouTube at 9, and then they go from struggling to literally living a lavish life, because it's about mindset. Even at 9 years old, Justin Bieber tapped into star energy that literally changed his life forever. You have the power to do that. You have the power to tap into your highest timeline now. Just stop overthinking about it. Stop thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing the visualizations and nothing's working. Listen, life sucks. Have you realized? Have you looked outside? It's a disaster out there. But this manifestation stuff is real. And even through the disaster, you can calm everything down enough to get really clear on what you want. Even if you don't believe it, it is bound to happen because you're not just believing it. When you actively work towards it, you're telling yourself, I believe in it, it's possible, and I will create it. And it is done, and it will come to you in tenfolds, and your life will change. One day, you're listening to me or whoever spiritual guru is telling you that life is about to get better, that your dream is about to come true. The next day, you're living it. Because this is just helping you realize your power. This is just helping you realize what you're capable of. This is just helping you realize what you already know. So just trust yourself. No, maybe you can't count on anybody else in this world, but you know who you can count on? You. If you know that no matter what happens, no matter what life throws at you, that you're going to show up the next day and you're going to keep trying and you're going to get back up, then that is absolutely an indicator that your success is coming in just a matter of time. Okay, y'all. Thank you guys for listening to my channel message. It was fun and If you would like to book a personal reading or one-on-one manifestation coaching with me where we can really get into, what you can do to start seeing those shifts, click the link in my bio, and I will see you in the next video.